Yeah. I'll do it, right. VAR, Phil Neville show is back. Alright people, this is Brad the Lad back again with with another video. And today, it's Wednesday, it's the Phil Neville show. Sorry I weren't here last week. I'm not going to do that after an international break weekend, because the international break is pretty much boring. And I just thought last week I'd have a day off, because it's my only day of the week. I love doing this, and back this week. And obviously we've got a lot to talk about. It was quite eventful for VAR this week, in terms of big incidents across the Premier League. I think there was like one game I can remember where VAR wasn't probably used, and that was Chelsea against Newcastle, which Chelsea won by a goal to nil. But it was eventful everywhere. There was I think, which was the first kick-off, Everton West Ham. I don't think that game had any VAR used in that one either. Obviously, Aston Villa game, there was a goal disallowed in that. 2 goals disallowed for Wolves by VAR as well. Also, United-Liverpool game, Tottenham against Watford. There was an incident at the Crystal Palace City game where City probably should have had a penalty, but they didn't get it. The incident in the Burnley game as well. All over the Premier League, it was littered full of VAR decisions. So let's talk about the United-Liverpool game, because everybody expected Manchester United, including myself, to lose, but I didn't think we'd lose badly. We didn't lose. We drew 1-1 with Liverpool. Liverpool weren't quite at it on the day, and United played very, very well, in my opinion. And obviously, I think the game was full of controversy. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said Martin Atkinson was the man of the match, and it's very rare you hear managers praising referees. So yeah. There was an incident with in the build-up to the Rashford goal, with Origi going down under a challenge from Lindelof. And I'll tell you what, I don't really, I'm going to sound biased here, but yeah, probably it was a foul, but in my opinion, it's not the most blatant decision in the world, is it? I mean, I've seen worse. I remember in 2016, Chelsea had a foul in the build-up by a Swansea player. I think it was Leroy Fer and Gary Cahill, and Swansea going to score, and they draw the match 2-2, and the referee didn't see it, and it was like one of the clearest fouls you'd ever see in the Premier League that was missed. But yeah, I think he makes contact to the side of his knee, he goes down. It kind of reminded me of the Leeds Aston Villa incident a little bit, although it wasn't as dramatic as that. Obviously there's no VAR in the Championship, but Lindelof makes contact with him at the side of his knee. Origi goes down. I think that happened with Kodja of Aston Villa back in April, when it was 1-1 and the manager forced Leeds to let Aston Villa score. It was absolutely crazy. I remember watching that video on YouTube. So, yeah, it was, a bit like that. And Rashford goes on to score. VAR check it, and they say it's a goal. Obviously, I was very, very happy. I didn't see it at the time, but I watched it back on Match of the Day, and I can say, yeah, it looks like a foul. But what I want to look at next is, Mane's handball. According to the rules, it was the correct decision. Obviously, I was happy that it got disallowed. And then, obviously, because if it did stand, we would have lost the game, And, it's a very, very... I felt VAR was on our side. And I remember making a comment to a friend saying only VAR can save us now. And it practically did. So yeah, it was quite interesting actually. And Klopp was berating the fourth official, and a point in the end. I was happy with that. The Spurs against Watford, that was mad. Dele Alli scored. I don't think it was. Handball, in my opinion. I think the goal should have stood, and it comes off his comes off here, his chest or near his armpit. So it was a big goal for Tottenham. But what happened then is on the screen where they say when it's been checked over, they say it's a goal, and then it changed and said no goal, and then the referee had to check again, and then he said, right, yeah, it is a goal. So that's complete madness, and Hawkeye have apologised for that error, for the graphic error, and it was just a shambles, complete shambles, at the Tottenham-Watford game. And Leicester against Burnley, to be fair, I think Chris Wood is a little bit hard done by, but I can see what the decision's been made. The referee awards the goal for Burnley to make it 2-2. Johnny Evans goes and complains to the referee, and ref checks a VAR. VAR disallow it. I can see why they've disallowed it, but it's completely accidental from Chris Wood. I mean, if you make contact with a player by accident, it's definitely a foul. Football's a contact sport, and it's one of those things. I mean, Leicester will disagree with me. I felt Burnley were a little bit hard done by, but these things happen. Aston Villa against Brighton, same thing happened. This time, again, the goalkeeper was fouled by Wesley. I think this decision, in my opinion, was wrong. I don't think it was a foul. I don't think Wesley makes that much contact, and I think the contact is made when he collides with a Brighton defender. Maybe I might need to see it back again, but that is my opinion of it. And Hourihane should equalise for Villa. He didn't. Jack Grealish got the equaliser before half time, and Matt Targett scored a last-minute winner, and it was a fantastic goal from Matt Targett. And Aaron Moy got sent off for Brighton. 2 yellow cards, silly yellow cards in my opinion, deserved red card in my view. And Wolves Southampton. Wolves had a goal disallowed for handball, yellow card for Raul Jimenez. Then he had another one disallowed by VAR. They got Southampton go and kick off again because they were, it looked like a normal goal. And then VAR check it. Ball goes to the Southampton goalkeeper, and Southampton are allowed to play on. They take the lead, and Wolves do score eventually from Jimenez from the penalty spot to get a draw. So Wolves could have won that game 3-1. Also, it was just absolute madness all over in the Premier League. Zaha fouling. I don't know who it was. I think it was Silva, I think. And Zaha, it looked a definite penalty for me. I think City should have had a penalty and probably should have won the game by 3-0. So, another big incident in that game as well. So, yeah, absolutely mad all over the Premier League. Bournemouth against Norwich. Actually, that was, I'll give a stat for you, that was their first clean sheet this season for both teams. It would have been an entertaining game if if the standings kept on going, the way the season were going, that were conceding loads of goals. And both of them are very, very attack-minded teams. Someone's at the door there. Sorry, someone else answer it. So, it's that kind of thing, really. So, completely mad weekend of Premier League football. And we're going to go into part 2, which is coming up right now.